That's our special guest with a new version of his #1 song, What Mattered Most, that introduced him to the world. We continue talking about Ty's critically acclaimed album, Jacob, of which he said, "This album is about the power we all have to change our endings," adding, "The last 2 years have been a journey like none other for me, and we have it within us to turn our greatest challenges into our greatest triumphs."
That's so true, man. So true. Just the very idea that I took all of my scabs and scars and threw them center stage. The very thing that I needed to do.
And how scary was that?
It was very scary, but the writing process was so healing. I mean, there's only 17 writers on this entire album, and they all have a story of their own. And I was so shocked that sometimes I didn't even know this. And just with songs like Lean In, we were specifically writing about mental health and checking on people. Because, I mean, I knew probably 2 people on my street at the beginning of this cuss word called COVID. And by the end of it, now I know like 125 people. So much so they're like, "We're fine, Ty. We're fine. We're good." Just check on people. But the writers, it blew my mind. God of the Gun was written pretty much in the same spot in my living room floor that I was trying to make a very bad decision. We just sat there after the song. We wrote it in 2 hours. And Jamie Floyd and I looked at each other. We just kind of just went into a boohoo. But it wasn't a sad boohoo. It was, look, we're changing this. We're making a difference with music that we love.
Did you come together with, you mentioned 17 writers, but were the writers, had they dealt with very similar issues? And how did you find them?
Well, I knew my awesome producer, Eric Halbig and Jimmy Tho. We songwriters pretty much know people's stories, and you get personal real quick. So I knew there was some meat and potatoes behind all of these writers, and some of my favorite people. It's a couple of brand new writers. I love giving that opportunity. And man, just to write so authentically. Like, we needed a radio single. I got a record deal in the middle of this. And the single's doing great. Thanks, everybody. It's doing really good. It's crazy to be back out on the radio. So, we didn't have a song. There's like, well, there it is. First vinyl.
Oh, there it is. Yeah, let me just show this. So I love this. Vinyl. And of course, this is the cover of Jacob. Tell me now, yes. Jacob.
So we wrote Till You Get There at the last second. We wrote it. We said, what do I really want to say about this album? You know, I looked at Jimmy. I said, well, man, most of it I would not have known any of this till I got here. And I'm so happy to have got here. He goes, let's write that. Till You Get There is just one of my very favorites on here. Let's take a look right now. This is Ty Herndon, Till You Get There from Jacob.
Goodbye, there's a next time. Every letdown's like an arrow to the next part, to a fresh start, to the best part that you never would have known. Every scar, every broken heart is exactly what you need, and I swear, but you won't know it till you get there.
Such a great song.
Thank you, man.
Oh, just one of my favorites.
We had fun writing that.
And that, to me, that even takes me back. I mean, it's a strong song, but it's got an up-tempo feel to it. It takes me back to when you first broke on the scene.
I think that was a little bit of the goal, but with you know, just really cool today's sounds. Just being very, you know, hip, I guess. That's what the kids say. Anyway. Shelley Fairchild told me that was cool again. I was like, wait a minute, I was always cool.
So we just made cool again.
Well, it's crazy, man. That single is a personal triumph for me, just because when you go through something early on in your career and you have to fight like hell just to stay in it, and just to try to stay relevant, just to try to get jobs because you love it so much. Coming out with this story is like coming out again. It's coming out with all my personal stuff, but it needed to happen, and it's been healing for me, for sure. But to have the radio guys embracing me like they're doing, and just the industry, I just, you know, talk about changing your ending to something that was really awful. It's been cool to experience that, so that I can look at a kid that I'm maybe sponsoring or talking to, say, you know, you can change that. You have it within you. So that's been. That's been the most unscary thing, so it's pretty cool.
You also, on Jacob, you have 5 duets on here. You mentioned Jamie Floyd and Shelley Fairchild, Terry Clark, our friend, Emily West, Wendy Moten. Kind of what prompted you thinking, I want to get not just one duet on here, but I want to get 5 on here?
Well, there's the three actual duets, and then Wendy Moten is. I wanted her to do a step out. On the song is "Say It For You." It's my kind of. I needed one Alanis Morissette kind of, to maybe a few past people.
I can understand.
But it's kind of a sweet song like that. But Wendy came in, and I said, I just want you to do your thing here at the end. Don't do a harmony. Just go soul all the way. And she did it in one take. I was like, she's going to do it? Yes. I said, no. She just want to. She blew me away. She made me turn up the gas as a singer. So I had to go follow that on my own record.
That's saying a lot when you say you had to turn up your own gas. So I tell you what, we still got a lot to talk about, but we are going to take a break. We're going to take a quick break right now, though. When we return, though, how Ty is getting the word out on mental fitness. You're watching Out and About Today.